I'm Jack, the Director of Sandbox Properties. We've been considering building the investment or the project for probably about 2 years. It's been in inception from when we first bought the block of land to actually going under construction. Three sort of main things when you're looking at a builder from a developer's perspective, and that's your program, your cost and your quality. That's sort of the three main ones. In terms of cost, we found Alroe Constructions to be extremely competitive for builders of that scale. In terms of time, we know that they have a proven track record time-wise of previous projects. In terms of quality, we've been through quite a few of their buildings and we knew that quality was going to be of a high standard. So they're the three that you look at in a builder straight away, just to minimise your field that you're going to go for tendering. But we found that, well, my biggest turning point was probably the trust that we could get with Alroe Constructions. The trust in just the people that were involved, which what puts you above and beyond. You can be competitive in those three main areas, but it's the trust and the communication that I found to be the big turning point and has been why we're going to continue with Alroe Constructions moving forward. The team at Alroe Constructions, they're really good at communicating. They have this a new app that I've never used before, which I found to be really helpful. We got regular updates every week, so communication for us, or every day, sorry. So communication for us wasn't really an issue. Any questions that you may have had arising from a lack of communication was pretty much squashed in basically just the photo diary every day. You knew exactly where you were. You had an update of what's being done, what's coming up. So everything was black and white. So in terms of communication, it is extremely important on squashing a lot of your disputes that you might have. So we didn't have a single dispute with Alroe Constructions. So and I think that was a pretty big factor, being that communication was so good. So the overall experience with Alroe Constructions, it was a very positive one. So, and that's evident in the fact that we're going with them for our second project, and we're also in discussions with a third project. So the overall experience was great. I mean, there was no variations that were as a result of building. They basically came from me buggering up a few designs. But in terms of that, from that perspective, as a designer, you can never get it 100% right. You can only get it as close as you possibly can. So the experience with Alroe and the team on site too, to have them to be able to pick up the slack a little bit, and every time they'd find an error, rather than just put their hand out for a variation, they would come to you and say, look, there's been a little mistake here, this is the way that we want to resolve it, what do you think? And most of the time it ended up in being a $0 variation. So in terms of that perspective, it was great, because I had a lot of confidence in the team. In terms of the overall experience, I mean, it was pretty easy. We basically rock on site, have a chat of how it was going, and that's about how it went the whole entire way. And we finished ahead of schedule, so happy days there. We finished ahead of cost, so happy days there, and the quality was really, really good. So overall, great. I would 100% recommend my friends and family, or anyone, to build with Alroe Constructions. In fact, I already have. You know that you're getting a good quality project, you're getting it at a good cost, and you've got a trustworthy team, and the overall experience is going to be an enjoyable one.